Shah, go ahead. Hello, Shah.
Attorney Shah Peerally, and I think, Michael, we are live, right?
You are right,
so, sir. Yes, thank you so much, Michael, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I was out for a couple of weeks, and I needed a break, and you were hearing mostly the recorded shows on EB1, and many things happened, of course, not for the better, but not for that bad either. Well, few news. For one, we are in the H-1B season. And I think now the lotteries, if by end of the next 2 weeks, by the 15th, you have not gotten the receipt, there is a chance that the lottery is you were not picked up in the lottery. Having said that, I've seen cases late coming up, so we need to wait and see. I cannot really give a timing, but I'm just giving you approximately what I have seen from experience. So a lot of people asking me those questions, so I'm just answering that at the outset. So ladies and gentlemen, before I start, anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And the number to the studio today, the lines will be open in a couple of minutes, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170, and you can actually call live today. We are May 2nd, first show of this month, and time is flying. I still remember we were in January, right? So now things are moving really, really fast. And next week is Ramadan, so I'll wish everybody Ramadan Mubarak. And also it's going to be really like a lot of things happening. We are expecting on the immigration front, but having said that, it's so convoluted that even us right now trying to sort out, like I always say, is becoming more and more difficult because things have changed, although many things have stayed the same too. Now, what I will recommend people to do if you have now not been picked up on the lottery, there was a very good article from American Bazaar Online regarding that, and they interviewed me on that, and they talked about some of the options. I think one of the options, couple of options, I mentioned only few, but there might be other options, like for example, some people can be qualified for U visas, family petitions, investor visas, and straight green cards. If you were born outside India, for example, or outside China, you might qualify. And born doesn't mean you have to be a citizen of that country. It's country of birth. And also, if you have, for example, an H-1B cap exempt company, that means companies like non-profit organizations, not all non-profit organizations, they might qualify for that. Michael, do we have any callers? I think my internet.
Yeah, I think we're having some problem with the internet right now. No, we don't have any callers. Please continue. Okay,
perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the number to the studio today is 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. Feel free to call if you have any questions on immigration. There's nothing specific. If you have questions about family petitions, marriage petitions, you name it, feel free to reach out to us. And the number to our office is 510-657-11. I'm sorry, our office number is 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887, but the studio number is 510-657-1170. So many numbers, so I'm getting confused. So I apologize for that. So thank you, Michael, for being with me today and really helping and making things easy. And thank you for basically taking care of the shows when I was not here. And today we are going to talk about different issues. But one thing, a few people have requested me to talk about And thank you so much, Michael, for the nice words that you're sending to me. And I wanted to talk about something which I know a lot of people might be upset if I talk about it, but at the same time, few people have asked me to talk about it. You know, domestic violence is something really big, unfortunately, and it happens both ways. By the way, it's not only one gender against another. It's both genders having their own issues, and even in communities, other communities, the LGBT communities, they have the same issues. So this is not really unique, and it's happening all over the world, and it's been happening for years. But more specifically for people on H4 visas, when you are on H4 visa and you are basically going through a lot, I think we have one caller. Let me take the caller and then I'll talk a little bit more about that. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Rashmi. I need to check with you about the EB5 visa. So is it can we file for EB5 now? Is there any restriction for that?
I have not checked the visa bulletin on it. There's no restrictions unless the dates have retrogressed. I know for China they had some backlog. I don't know for India. I don't think they do have. But yes, you can file. But
do you do this EB5 visa also? Do you take this work also?
I don't handle EB5. The reason I don't handle EB5, I'm going to be honest, I don't trust the program. I always say that. But it is a program that works if you are able to find a good project and building your own. But it works.
That's the main problem, to finding a good project, whether it's a reliable project or not. That's the main problem.
That's the reason I backed off from it, because I've seen too many people losing everything on it. So that's why I kind of stay away. But there might be other options. If you want, give me a call at the office. We can analyze other options for you. For example, you might be eligible for an L1A, EB1C, etc., etc. Then you might not need to go in EB5, and that's what most of the time I'm able to put people on, the EB1 instead of the EB5. It's cheaper and it's less headache. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. So what is the number? Where can I reach?
Okay, let me give you the number. The number to my office is 510 742 5887. 5887.
57. Okay.
Yes.
So, and your website?
The website is peerallylaw.com, or you can type attorneyonair.com. It will go on the same website.
Okay.
Attorneyonair, one word. Okay? Good luck to you, Rashmi. Wish you best.
Let me call you in the office. Thank you.
Okay then. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, this is I apologize for that technical issue. This is a very good question I get all the time on EB5. I know a lot of lawyers really kind of focus on that. Like I said, I've been saying this for years now. I really don't feel comfortable with this program, although I think it's a program that does work for some people. It's just like I've seen too many people getting burned on it, and that's why you have to be careful. I think we have another caller, right, Michael? Let me take another caller. Hello, this is Shah. You're live in air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So my question is regarding EB1. So I'm working for a company for 10 years and I work outside US as well. So if I left that company because the green card process is not starting, so how many years if I rejoin this company they can start me EB1 after working for other company?
I didn't get can you repeat that? I didn't hear you properly.
I'm not able to hear you. Hello?
Yeah. I couldn't hear you, the question. How many years after you get the green card, you can come back to the company to get the EB1? That was your question. I'm a little bit...
Sorry, I think I'm not...
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello. Your voice is very low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Can you ask me the question again, please? I didn't hear you either.
Okay.
Very well.
No.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm working for a company for the last 10 years, and I work outside US as well. So I'm eligible for EB1, but looks like the green card is not going to start. So I'm thinking to leave this company and join any other company. So if I come back for this company again, whether they can start the EB1 and how many years I need to join? Is there any specific restrictions for that? I need to rejoin the company and then they can start it.
So are you talking about the EB1, the EB1C?
Can you speak loudly? Sorry, I'm not able to hear.
Yeah,
again.
the EB1C, in order to qualify, in the past 3 years you have to have worked for the company in a managerial role. Then you join in here on a managerial role. Even if you're on a different visa and that L1, you can file it. I think I lost the caller. Hello? I think I lost the caller, Michael. But the limitation is kind of tricky because if you're on L1A, you might be able to toll that limitation. But it's usually within the 3 years when you entered, you were working there for 1 year. In the past 3 years for that company, you can actually claim the EB1C. So I recommend if you need help on that, give me a call at the office. We'll check it, 510-7425-887. Do we have more callers, Michael?
Not yet, Shah. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
so, ladies
Shah,
and gentlemen, we are talking a little bit about all the issues that are involved here. When it comes to, we were talking about the H4. Many people on H4 find themselves into, unfortunately, abusive relationships, and then once they leave that abusive relationship, they get a divorce. Unless they can get something like a U visa, they have to leave the country, and that gets very, very complicated, unfortunately, and I know many people are suffering on that because just abusive, because unlike VAWA, where verbal abuse can be used to win a case, under the U visa we have to have a police acknowledgement of a domestic violence or a DA or a police officer to sign on it. So based on that, you have the situation where people are really, really kind of frustrated, and at the same time it's creating a lot of despair because once their spouse leaves them, they end up by getting stuck. There's a provision for abusive relationship under H4 where you get an EAD, a work permit, but the work permit doesn't confirm that you have a legal ability to stay here. That's where it gets a little bit confusing because just because you have that EAD based on abuses, it doesn't give you ability to stay here in the U.S. So I recommend that if you need help on those, look at the other options. For example, many people go back to school, go on F1 visa. Other people will file their own H1Bs. Other people do even qualify for O1 visas, etc., etc. But having said that, the issue is bigger than that. We are really, unfortunately, living in a world of tough, where we are seeing a lot of not only abuses, divorces, etc., etc. So it would be fair if the government could come up with some kind of solutions to help the people, the spouses or H4 spouses, especially when they are in some kind of abusive relationship. And I just wanted to pass that message because few people have been asking me to talk about it. I've always kind of been trying my best to stay neutral on this, but at the same time, staying neutral doesn't mean we have to not do justice. So I'm calling on all of you to at least kind of realize that many people who are in H4, life is not that easy for them once they're H1 main applicant, where they become the dependent of those people, and they're really dependent because once it's cancelled, they pretty much go out of status unless they move on their own status. So now, Michael, I think we have one caller, right? This is Shah Peerally. You'll have an ear. Hello.
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 Hello. This is Ramesh. I have one query regarding F2.
Yes, Yes, sir. Go ahead, Ramesh. On what? I didn't hear you.
Yeah. So actually, I was on H-1B visa, and I moved to F2 after my H-1B max out. After H-1B max out, and I-140 was not approved. Okay. Then my I-140 got approved, and based on F2 receipt, I moved to H-1B again. But my F2 never got approved in between. So now I am on H-1B, and now I have received an RFE from the USIS regarding the F2. So is it good to withdraw the case, or is it better to reply and get it approved? Because if they approve, then I will be back on F2 again, which I don't want.
Okay, your H-1B got approved already, right? It got approved with the I-94, or just got approved?
Yeah, it approved with I-94.
Okay, then withdraw the F2, because if you keep the F2, it will be like you said, it's called the last action rule. You will be on F2, plus the F2 becomes a complication. So what you need to do is write to USCIS, say at this point in time on H-1B, and I'm not willing to pursue my F2 visa.
Okay, then in future, do I have to, how can I show my immigration status during those periods? Is it still valid if I withdraw it?
Yeah, because what happened, the H1 already got approved, right? So you already moved to the H1. But there is a little glitch in that, but they approve it based on a bridge then, what they did, because you had a pending F2 and they piggy ride on that. If they made a mistake, then they can come back. They can tell you, okay, they made a mistake on your H1. They should not have granted the I-94. Then they might give you the option of just leaving and coming back on the H1 to reset the H1 back to normal. But you need to definitely withdraw that F2. Okay.
Okay. Even there is that
as soon as it got approved, actually.
Oh, okay.
So
thank you.
It is important to do that. Okay, if you need help, just give us a call, 510-742-5887. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Ramesh, for calling. Really appreciate that. And what Ramesh just spoke about is a very interesting, if you look at it from a different perspective, whenever you're filing for an extension or even a change of status, you have to be in status to do it. In his case, where he was talking about his F2 is pending, which puts him in what we call a period of authorized stay by the Attorney General, basically kind of put him in a limbo situation, not really into a situation of a solid status, which in turn doesn't allow you to move to a status. So in order to avoid that, you have you have to make sure that you can actually get things done properly and actually have that if you're claiming the bridge, it has to be claimed properly. And the last action rule I was talking about, it means basically whatever is approved last will take control of the case. So this is a very interesting question because it goes deeper than just the F2, etc. I wanted to make that clear, and if you need help, again, 510-742-5887. And Michael, I don't know if we have more callers. The number to the studio, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And I wanted to give a special thanks to the 1170 team, especially for always kind of supporting me, making things easier, especially those weeks when I was not here. They really made things go smoothly. So thank you so much for the entire team, and especially Michael. And again, let's go back to the H4 situation. I'm kind of trying to advocate here for a change in the law so that at least people who are in H4 get some kind of protection, because what happens, it gets so complicated. Oftentimes when they are in a divorce situation, when they go in family law court, they have a problem of status. And without a status, what happens to them is that when it comes to child custody, especially if the kids are U.S. citizens, it becomes a really big problem. So I recommend that you talk to a lawyer before you make any move or leave the country, But at the same time, I will hope that the government will do something about it. I think we have another caller, right, Michael? Let me take the caller. Shah Peerally, you're live in here. Hello.
Yeah, I have a question. Like,
yes, sir.
I'm in a company, and then is it possible to downgrade the employer-based category, staying in the same company?
The answer is yes. You have the I-140s already approved?
Yeah, but that was through different employer.
I'm sorry, I didn't get.
Yes, I have the 140 approved, but that is through the different employer.
Okay. Now, this new company you are with, do they have an I-140 for you? Or you're filing one?
No, not because the I-40, the previous employer, that was they using for the adjustment of status.
They're using from the previous employer to do the adjustment of status. Okay, I heard, this is the second time I hear that. But that's not really a good way to do things, though. Technically, they're supposed to do their own I-140 and use that one, because the other I-140 belongs to the company A, and company A has to give you permission to use that. Did you get the permission to do that?
Because we use the AC-21?
Yeah, but AC-21 can only be used if an adjustment of status was attached to that.
Yeah, it is there.
Oh, it is there. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically I'm so sorry. So you had the previous employer. They had I-140 and I-45 was filed there. So they're just moving the whole case from company A to company B, right?
Correct. It's almost 10 years ago.
Okay, I'm so sorry for that. Okay. I thought it was only the I-140. Okay, then they're right. It's AC-21 and you have to file the supplement J. And your question is, can you downgrade that?
Right. Because right now the EV3 is, as per my current priority date,
it's kind of tricky to do that, because if you downgrade that to an EB3 from EB2, you are going to kind of break the whole thing, because AC-21 took the whole thing from one side to another. I don't have an exact answer on that. I'm going to be honest, because I've never had a situation where someone has an EAD and adjustment of status trying to downgrade. But the best way to probably do... What is your priority date, by the way?
It's June 8, 2009.
2009, okay. Probably the best solution is to have this company refile for you a new permanent labor, and then transfer that adjustment of status to EB3. But downgrading like that is very difficult, because you have to file an amendment of the I-140. And since the I-140 was issued by company A, the whole thing has to be done from company A, probably. So it is going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. My employer exactly said same thing, whatever you're saying. Right? They're saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to file the
because if it was their own company, they might be able to downgrade the I-140 by trying to amend it. But how do you amend someone else's I-140? I don't have an exact answer, because nobody has asked it, but it might be something interesting to research on. I'm going to try to research, and if there's anything, hopefully I'll mention it next week, okay? Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shah. Yeah.
Sure. Good luck to you. That's a very good question. I don't know the exact answer. So, yeah, there's sometimes, things comes up like that, but it's a good idea to research. Thank you so much. Do we have any other caller, Michael? This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello? Okay, so we don't have any other callers. So feel free to call 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. Feel free to reach out. H-1B, adjustment of status, I-140, family petitions, U visa, VAWA, you name it. I'll be glad to answer as much as I can. And just to let you know, anything I'm telling you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. I wanted to talk a little bit. I was talking about the H4 situation. As you know now, the big question is asking what happens to the H4 Yeti. Well, God knows they are playing ping pong on this one. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad, but it is happening. So let us wait and see. I'm hoping most things will happen and people will be able to continue getting their H4 Yeti. And I know a lot of people are filing because our idea, if they take it away, they will probably allow people who already have it to actually keep it. And again, we have another, I think, 15 minutes. I can take more callers, so feel free to call 510-657-1170 and our website, attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. And also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law. And I'm trying, and lately I've not been posting a lot. But I would probably start posting again because it's a lot easier for me just to do a YouTube instead of writing an article. I'm becoming a little bit lazy, but I don't have much of a choice because it's getting so now things are getting so hectic and that I need to kind of shortcut on things whatever I can use. One of the things I wanted to mention is, as you know, things are getting worse. The denial rate, the denial rate has increased on H1Bs, etc. So it is important to get the right lawyer to do your cases. We have been doing cases now for 15 years, and I'm glad to say we have a good mastering of the whole situation. So I think it is important. I think, okay, I lost the caller. But again, feel free, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. So this is the number to the studio and the website, attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com, which will go into peerallylaw.com. A lot of people now, the next question they're asking, as I said, the H4 situation is kind of a very sad situation, but life is not really rosy right now. But also I wanted to mention my heart goes to all those people who are really kind of being victims of racism in the Bay Area. I didn't have a chance. I was not here, so I didn't know what was going on, but it's kind of sad. We heard that a lot of people, including Muslims being killed, synagogues getting attacked, etc., etc. This is really wrong. This is not the America I know, and most people know, so my heart goes to all those people. Let me take another caller, Michael. This is Shah Peerally. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Shah. This is Vishwanath again. I was thinking that if you could tell it, how the EV to India is going to, the movement is going to happen in a couple of years, if you can give a little bit idea, that would be really great.
Okay, I'll give you my opinion. Okay, that's it, because it's a gamble, but I'll take the crystal ball a little bit. Okay, so basically what I see with the EB to India, it's we are not going to see big movement. Okay, we're going to see the small movement going 2 weeks, 3 weeks per month. The best will be probably a jump, probably around near October when we reach the October time. But the only good news I can see here is that we have not seen a retrogression for a while. All we are seeing is slow movement, which is really kind of getting better. So in terms of that, so I recommend that if you get a chance to move to EB3, because what many lawyers are thinking, and it's not only my opinion, in the next 6 to 7 years, EB3 is going to overtake the EB2. That's our take on it. We might be wrong, but I think the reason for that is that, remember back in the days when EB2 was moving, EB2 was completely slow. What has happened, many people at that time in 2012, 11, 12, 13, they were all jumping to EB2. So sorry for that. So what has happened, you see a whole moving from a whole entire group of people moving from EB2 to EB3, from EB3 to EB2, and then we also saw a movement from people from EB2 and jumping on EB1. If they qualify, of course. EB1 is a little bit more difficult to qualify because you have to be either of extraordinary ability or a researcher, professor. EB1B and EB1C, you have to be in a managerial role and you have to have worked in the foreign company for 1 year in the past 2 years. So all these are the reasons that EB1 has not really kind of gone so backward, although we had it as in the past, I think, since 2014 or something, since up to 2016 or 17, there has never really been a big blow to the EB1 backward time. But now we are seeing it for India, but we are hoping it will be back to normal. But having said that, EB1 is not the issue. The issue is EB2. How is EB2 going to perform? My opinion, it's not going to be great. You might see a jump around close to October, but we might also next year see a potential retrogression. However, the retrogression chances are low because of the fact that more and more people are trying to opt for EB3. But EB3 will probably continue growing for the next 4 or 5 years minimum. After that, it will go back to the old EB3 where it took years and years to move. That's my take on it. Michael, this is, I don't know, we have more. Michael, this is Shah Peerally. You are here. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think no callers. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have 10 more minutes to go. Is that right, Michael? So I'm going to talk a little bit about debt settlement, and then we'll go back to immigration. And you can still call on the immigration questions. Feel free, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. We are live on air on 1170, and we are basically discussing about immigration. My name is Shah Peerally. I'm a lawyer in California. We handle immigration and debt settlement pretty much all over the U.S. and even abroad. So if you need help, feel free to reach our law firm, 510-742-5887. So let us talk a little bit about debt settlement, because this thing is coming back running. A lot of people in debt, especially with all the situation we have in H-1Bs, etc. A lot of people have been pretty much kind of being worried, or they have used the money for anything they need. They have lost their jobs. They have additional members in the family, etc., etc. And this is where a debt settlement can come handy. A debt settlement is basically settling your debt without going to a bankruptcy. What we are doing here is pre-litigation. What pre-litigation means is if the cases have to go to court, you will have to have two lawyers fighting. In this case, before it even goes there, we are here and we jump and we try to help. And that's where things get a little bit tricky, because then they fight back and we have to argue with the collection agencies, etc. But what we do in a debt settlement is something simple. We negotiate the debt, we cut it to a fraction or a part of its value, and the rest is forgiven. The rest is not charged off. The rest is not going to anywhere else. It's completely settled. That means they cannot come back and claim it later. Remember, there are few things that many people get confused. They see charge off on their credit report means, hey, the debt is gone. No, it's not gone. It's probably sold to some other collection agencies for the penny to the dollar, and they will come back to you, because that's how they make money. So you need to really kind of make sure that you don't owe money, because they can always come back with huge amounts, especially if you own a home, you have a job, etc. Give us a call. We will do a debt settlement for you. We can do it on credit cards, on some mortgages, etc. 510-742-5887. The website to check for debt settlement, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. I think we have one more caller, Michael. This is going to be the last caller. This is Shah. You're live in here. Hello.
Hi. Hello, sir.
Hi, Jagdish.
So I have a question. So I have moved from a different state, like Midwest to California, to take up a current assignment. Okay, and I filed the amendment when I moved from my previous state to this current state. And that amendment was actually filed in regular mode, and it took 10 months to adjudicate. Meanwhile, I was due for extension while that adjudication was pending, and I filed a H-1B extension. But I did the extension in premium mode, and I got to know the result of that like H-1B extension, where they said it's an RFE because the amendment outcome was not known. So USAS was asking for what is the amendment outcome for this location change, and my company still has to respond to this H-1 RFE. So that they asked me to upgrade the other regular to premium, the amendment request to premium, and then they did that premium and got a response where it was denied, saying this roles and responsibilities that I have provided is not a specialty occupation. Now my company has to file the H-1B response soon with that amendment outcome as denied. So at that point, I'm not sure what will happen for this H-1B outcome. And let's say if this H-1B outcome is going to be denied because the amendment was denied, what are my options? Do I have to go back to the previous state to get that amendment rectified, or I'm thinking about what options do I have? Okay.
The way it works, in your case, because when is the original H-1B expiring, by the way?
It's already expired this month, like last week, April 19th.
Okay. You can always rely on that if you can go back to that original offer. Okay, so you can always use that. But I would recommend, if it gets denied, to go ahead and file for an extension based on the present situation. Yeah, it will always come back if you're using the same job description, but make sure if your credentials are tricky, you might want to get an expert letter. So it is important at this point, but there's a big chance this one will get denied too if it is the same thing. So we have to wait and see on that.
Okay, but if it gets denied, do I have to leave immediately, or I do have an approved 140 as well? Do I have to leave immediately, or what option?
Well, you have to. You will immediately, if it gets denied, since the amendment is denied, this one gets denied, you will be kind of out of status. So you will be having unlawful presence. When you have unlawful presence, unless you benefit from grace period, you are basically illegal in the country and you have to leave. The thing is that as long as you leave within 180 days, you are okay to come back. It's not a grace period, okay? It's just a kind of a forgiven time. You can always come back without any problem. But if you pass that, then you're going to have some problems. But it is right now a situation in the case. Unless I look at it, I cannot really tell you why they denied on a specialty occupation, right?
Yes. They said this roles and responsibilities doesn't require a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, that's kind of a that's kind of a blanket denial.
Yes, and one other thing is, if I have to go back, can I still outside from this country? Can I still do that motion to reconsider and come back? Would there be any chances for that, or no?
Motion to reconsider, you don't have to file a motion to reconsider. What I would recommend, if the extension gets denied, refile the extension again this time, because there will be no amendment pending. And then, based on that, you explain the situation that you have moved from one company to another.
So, sir, I didn't move from a company, the same company, but different location. I'm on the same company.
Different location, I'm sorry.
Different location, yeah.
Yep. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you need help, just give me a call, 510-742-5887. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have a few minutes to go. I don't know if Amit is here. So, let me recap today. I was talking about debt settlement. I don't think I'll be able to take more callers if Amit is calling. So I just wanted to let you know, thank you so much for being faithful listeners. I've been getting emails and Facebook texts why I'm not live. Well, today we are live, and if you're listening to the show another day, that means it's recorded. Today is May 2nd, 2019. Time is flying fast. Everything is flying fast, except it seems like bad news are all over the place, but maybe it's just the social media. So I just wanted to kind of recap. Today I talked a little bit about the situation we are having with the H4. Although there are many other issues, the H4 problem, especially in abusive relationship, is something that is hurting a lot of people. So we are calling on the people and the government to make a change on that. And again, for H4 EAD updates, I don't have any updates really except what is happening right now. So I think it's time now for me to get going. I'm going to give my to have Amit talk about real estate and a little bit about debt settlement. I wanted to thank Michael. Amit, are you there?
Hey, sir, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Amit, I know it's been a recorded show, so we didn't have a chance to talk. So I hope everything is all right. Yeah. And I'll let you continue. I think you have 12 minutes. I just wanted to say thank you to all the listeners, to Michael, and anything I told you is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. I'll be back next week, same time.
Thank you, sir.